Imagine, if you will, a quiet Scottish loch, its glassy waters reflecting the rugged highlands under a sky that shifts from serene to stormy in a heartbeat. It's the 1930s, and this remote stretch of water, flanked by ancient castles and rolling heather, is about to become the stage for one of the most enduring mysteries of the modern age. A shadowy shape breaks the surface, a long neck and humped back glimpsed by travelers along the A82 road. Whispers spread through the villages of Drumnadrochit and Fort Augustus, tales of a creature that has haunted these depths for centuries. Is it a relic from a prehistoric past, a clever hoax, or something born of myth and mist? Tonight, on Imagine If You Will, we dive into the murky waters of Loch Ness and the enigma of its most famous resident, the Loch Ness Monster. Our story begins in the heart of Scotland, where Loch Ness stretches 23 miles long and over 700 feet deep, a cold, peat-stained abyss carved by glaciers during the last ice age. The loch lies in the Great Glen, a geological fault line splitting the highlands near the town of Inverness. Its waters are dark, hiding secrets beneath a surface that rarely reveals more than ripples. The local lore, rooted in Celtic traditions, speaks of kelpies, shape-shifting water spirits, and strange beasts in the loch. As early as the 6th century, Saint Columba, an Irish monk, reportedly banished a water beast in the River Ness, saving a man from its jaws. According to his biographer, Adomnan, for centuries, these tales were dismissed as folklore. But in the 20th century, the legend roared to life. The modern saga starts on May 2nd, 1933, when the Inverness Courier publishes a story about a local couple, John and Aldi McKay, who spotted something resembling a whale in the loch while driving near Alduri Castle. Aldi, a hotel manageress, describes two humps undulating through the water before the creature dived out of sight. The article, penned by editor Evan Barron, coins the term monster, and the story explodes. Soon, sightings pour in from locals and tourists alike along the newly built A82 road, which offers clear views of the loch's northern shore. One of the most famous encounters comes just months later, on July 22, 1933. George Spicer, a London businessman, and his wife are driving near Doors when they see a creature cross the road ahead. Spicer describes it as 25 feet long, with a long neck like a prehistoric animal, lumbering toward the water with an awkward gait, possibly carrying prey in its mouth. The Spicer's account electrifies the press, and by December, the Daily Mail hires big game hunter Marmaduke Wetherell to track the beast. Wetherell finds large four-toed footprints near the shore, but when casts are sent to the Natural History Museum in London, experts identify them as hippopotamus tracks, likely from a taxidermied foot used as an umbrella stand, hinting at an early hoax. Undeterred, the legend grows. In April 1934, Colonel Robert Kenneth Wilson, a London surgeon, captures the iconic surgeon's photograph. Published in the Daily Mail, it shows a swan-like neck and small head rising from the loch, casting a serpentine shadow. For decades, this grainy black and white image is the gold standard of Nessie evidence, fueling global fascination. Wilson claims he snapped it near Invermoriston while birdwatching, but he refuses to profit from it, adding to its mystique. Sightings continue through the decades. In 1951, Lachlan Stewart, a forestry worker, photographs 3 humps near Foyers, claiming a creature swam toward him before diving. In 1954, the fishing boat Rival 3 detects a large object on sonar at 480 feet deep near Urquhart Castle, moving too fast for a known fish. By the 1960s, the Loch Ness Investigation Bureau, led by naturalist Peter Scott and politician David James, sets up observation posts around the loch using cameras and sonar. They record intriguing films, like a 1960 clip by Tim Dinsdale showing a humped object moving across the water, though skeptics argue it's a boat. Urquhart Castle, a crumbling 13th century fortress on the loch's western shore, becomes a hotspot for sightings. Tourists flock to its ruins, hoping to glimpse Nessie. In 1975, American lawyer Robert Rines uses underwater cameras near the castle, capturing images of what he claims is a flipper and a gargoyle-like head. His photos, published in Nature, spark debate, though later analysis suggests they may show logs or sediment clouds. The loch itself is a character in this drama. Its depth and murk make it nearly impossible to search comprehensively. At 755 feet, it holds more water than all the lakes in England and Wales combined, and its peat particles reduce visibility to a few feet. Operation Deep Scan in 1987, a 1 million pound sonar sweep with 24 boats, detects 3 large unexplained contacts, but nothing conclusive surfaces. Now, let's wade into the theories and speculations to unravel what or who Nessie might be. First, the scientific angle. Could a prehistoric survivor, like a plesiosaur, live in Loch Ness? Plesiosaurs, marine reptiles with long necks and flippers, went extinct 66 million years ago, but believers argue a small population could survive in the loch's depths. The catch? Loch Ness was frozen solid during the last ice age, only forming 10,000 years ago, and it's landlocked, with no clear path for a marine creature to enter. Plus, the loch's biomass can't support a breeding population of large predators. Estimates suggest it could sustain maybe one 500-pound creature, not a family of Nessies. Skeptics lean toward misidentification. Large fish like sturgeon or Wells catfish, which can grow to 10 feet, could explain some sightings. Wakes from boats, otters swimming in a line, or even logs stirred by currents create hump-like shapes. The surgeon's photograph was debunked in 1994 when Christian Sperling, Wetherell's stepson, confessed it was a hoax. A toy submarine with a carved head, staged for the Daily Mail. Many photos, like Stewart's, are similarly questioned as driftwood or fakes. Then there's the cultural theory. Loch Ness's tourism boomed post-1933, with Drumnadrocket's Nessie-themed shops and boat tours raking in millions. Was the monster a collective invention to boost a struggling region? The Mackay's sighting coincided with the A-82's completion, making the loch more accessible. Some argue locals and media hyped the story, with hoaxes like Wetherell's footprints feeding the frenzy. But let's get weird. Paranormal theories suggest Nessie could be a tulpa, a thought form manifested by collective belief, rooted in Celtic mysticism. Or perhaps a dimensional traveler, slipping through rifts in the Great Glens fault line. UFO enthusiasts link sightings to strange lights over the loch, like those reported in the 1970s near Foyers. Reddit threads buzz with ideas. Nessie as a ghost of a plesiosaur, or even a time-displaced creature caught in a quantum glitch. Recent science tilts toward the mundane. A 2019 DNA survey of the loch by Professor Neil Gemmell found no reptile or large fish DNA, but plenty of eel DNA. Could Nessie be a giant eel? European eels can grow to 6 feet, and rare mutations might produce larger specimens. Yet sonar contacts and eyewitness accounts of necks and humps don't fully align with eels. So, what's the truth? Reality often lies in the overlap of skepticism and wonder. Nessie might be a mix of misidentified animals, optical illusions, and human imagination, amplified by a loch that guards its secrets well. But the lack of definitive proof keeps the door ajar for the fantastic. Maybe Nessie is out there, a shy survivor of a lost world. Or maybe she's a story we tell to keep the unknown alive. In the end, Loch Ness remains a mirror, reflecting our desire to believe in something greater. Imagine, if you will, standing on the shores of that ancient loch, the wind whispering tales of monsters and mysteries. Whether Nessie swims or not, her legend endures. a ripple in the human heart that refuses to fade. Until next time, keep your eyes on the water and your mind open to the impossible. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. I'm your host, DeadX. Good night.